Welcome back, astronauts. Hope you're all doing well, and we are on day number 2, I believe it is, for Starfield. Hope you're all enjoying early access right now. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how your experience in Starfield has been so far. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how modders are already trying to remove the planetary boundary when exploring. We'll talk about that. And then an absolute game changer for Starfield for PC players that will increase performance dramatically. I have tried this and tested it, and I've gone from 50 frames, 60 frames per second to 120 frames per second. I'm going to tell you how this is possible, and then also some amazing creations from the community, including ships inspired by Star Wars, Halo, and Aliens. I'll be featuring that in this video as well, and many of your funny finds from Starfield so far. So let's jump into the video, astronauts, and get started. Alright, so let's talk about this groundbreaking performance increase for the PC version of Starfield. And this is for NVIDIA cards, but there's also an update for AMD cards as well that I'll mention here in just a second. But this first segment is going to be about NVIDIA cards and how to boost performance. Because if you've watched my Starfield review, you'll know that I did complain about the frame rate drops in Aquila City, as well as New Atlantis. I did experience frame rate drops quite significantly, actually, in Aquila City. And, you know, last night I was playing Starfield, and I was roaming around Aquila City, and I was still experiencing these frame rate drops on my PC, and I was like, man, there's got to be a way to fix this. This is so disappointing that the game is running, you know, this bad, to be honest with you, because on my PC it was running bad. And by the way, my PC is no slouch. I have a RTX 4080 graphics card. I upgraded to that, an M.2 hard drive. I even upgraded that, so I got hard drive speeds that are insane. And then also, I have a processor that's pretty beefy as well, an i7 processor. Yes, it's not the latest i9 processor, but it's still pretty beefy, and my PC can run games like Doom Eternal perfectly. It can run the latest F1 2023, which is definitely a beast of a game and requires a lot of, you know, power to run that game. And I'm able to run these games nearly perfectly at 120 frames per second. Like Doom Eternal runs perfect. F1 2023 runs perfect, and that's with pure weather effects on it, rain, all that stuff. So, you know, the fact that Starfield was running bad told me that something was definitely off, and you know what it was? It was missing DLSS support for my NVIDIA graphics card. So I went over to Pure Dark, who is the modder who modded DLSS 3 and DLSS 2 into Starfield right on launch day. So thank you to Pure Dark. I actually installed his DLSS 3 mod, which you can see right there at the top left of the screen. I activated it, and wow, the difference was absolutely mind-blowing. Aquila City went from like 45, 50 frames per second to 120 frames per second. It was like I was playing a whole new game. I could not believe it. And again, hats off to Pure Dark for creating this. Now, there's 2 versions of his mod, by the way. There's the DLSS 2 version, which you can download for free at Nexus Mods. I'll leave a link in the description down below. Now, if you have a 40 series NVIDIA graphics card, you can download the DLSS 3 version from his Patreon. Now, I know you're going to roll your eyes and be like, oh man, I have to pay for this support. It's only $5, and he said you do not have to renew his monthly subscription to still use his mod, which is great news. So honestly, I just paid the $5, and it worked. I could not believe it worked, and there's a lot of reviewers out there who have reviewed this mod who have also said it works for them as well, including Light Moisture here, who said Starfield frame generation is here thanks to the Pure Dark mod. And they go on to say, been beta testing this afternoon for him, about 6 hours in total, works flawlessly for me, huge FPS uplift, buttery smooth. A few people have reported game crashes when loading new areas randomly. I have not had this issue, but be aware and save frequently. Update Beta 2 was just released to fix the random loading, new area fast travel crashing. He's also working on the next version to address other issues. this guy's a monster. So yes, again, thanks to Pure Dark for this. This is a huge groundbreaking thing for Starfield, at least for me personally. And I know that other NVIDIA users are going to be extremely grateful for this DLSS mod. And if Bethesda and Microsoft are listening, please consider putting official DLSS support into Starfield. Not only will it make people extremely happy, but you'll get free marketing from it because Digital Foundry will review it with DLSS support. You're going to have all of the YouTubers and content creators going back into the game and testing out the DLSS support if you were to put it into the game. And again, this is just free marketing for Starfield and a win-win situation for sure. Now, concerning AMD, they also announced a big increase as well with their latest driver. So if you are on AMD, this comes from PCGamer.com. It says, if you're waiting patiently for Starfield to drop, spend that time wisely by downloading AMD's latest graphics driver package. The new driver version coming ahead of the game's launch promises up to a 16% increase in performance for Starfield at 4K on the Red Team's top cards, the RX 7900 XTX and RX 7900 XT. That's definitely worth a look. So yeah, if you haven't upgraded your AMD drivers already, definitely do that because that increase is definitely significant. So come back to this video as always and let me know if you do download Pure Dark's DLSS graphics driver and then sound off in the comments and let Microsoft and Bethesda know that hello, you need to be putting DLSS support in Starfield. I mean, this is one of the biggest games of the decade and it doesn't have DLSS support at launch. What a shame. But again, thanks to Pure Dark for saving us all on that. And also, there's been some incredible ship designs and creations within the community, starting off with this Millennium Falcon inspired creation by Tris Makra, who says, you've never heard of the Millennium Falcon? It's a ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. And what do you think? Do you think it was really 12 parsecs? Do you think Han Solo was truly being honest? But regardless, this ship looks incredible, and this has definitely inspired me to start working on a ship. I'm thinking about doing something more inspired by the Razor Crest, which of course is the Mandalorian ship, but there are also some other Millennium Falcon creations as well, including this one by Chief 1123. We also have this one here as well, which was created by A.B. Delcrim. Hopefully I said that right, but they said update on my budget Millennium Falcon build, and it's looking awesome indeed. There was also a Star Wars Y-Wing, which absolutely blew me away. This one was by Smile, I think it is, or Smythe. Is that what it is? Their name is very hard to pronounce, but this one looks awesome right here. Y-Wing attempt, they said. And of course, it's not going to be 100% accurate. I've seen Star Wars fans already posting in the comments like, well, that's not going to be exactly accurate. But it's very impressive that these creations look this good already. Someone even created the B-Wing as well. This is Holov's B-Wing. And I was very impressed with this one too. So again, all of these creations are inspiring me to create my own Star Wars inspired ship in Starfield. So let me know, what are you going to create, or what have you already created in Starfield by leaving a comment down below. Now there's also another one inspired by Halo. This was posted by Vertisoma, who said, my Halo UNSC frigate, and that thing looks freaking awesome as well. And then someone created an aliens inspired one too, and they said first attempt at the UD4 Cheyenne from Aliens, and this was by James Williams, and this looks freaking awesome. So again, hats off to all of these creators for going out there and creating these ships, because if you go into the ship builder, it does take some getting used to. You have to make sure that you're using the proper reactor, which are classified as Class A, B, and C, and the different reactors mean that the different parts have to connect to it. So you want to always start off with your reactor. So if you go with an A reactor, for instance, all of your parts to your ship then have to be an A part. And then, of course, you have to do test flights, make sure everything's working properly. So the ship builder is quite technical and involved, but once you get used to it, oh man, it's going to be awesome. So I am starting my ship already, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to try to do the Razor Crest or something similar to that. I might do the Millennium Falcon. We'll see. I'm also inspired by that Y-Wing as well, but we'll see what happens. Now, also, we got to talk about how modders are already trying to remove planetary boundaries in Starfield. As you know, if you go land on a planet and then try to roam out there as far as possible, you will hit a planetary boundary that will tell you to either travel back to your ship or go land at a different location on the planet to continue exploring. And honestly, this doesn't bug me that much, but for many of the players out there, they're kind of disappointed in this, and modders are already trying to create a remove planetary tile boundary mod. Now, there's an update on this mod, and it says, the good news, this setting removes the boundaries of planetary tiles, allowing you to explore some more, but beyond the original boundaries, the game positions certain resource elements, so it's possible that those areas might be more interesting than not. The bad news is, after a certain point, the game just crashes. It's possible it was just me speeding with console commands. I've tried going slower a couple of times, but still every time the game freezes and crashes. Skyrim doesn't crash regardless of how high I force my speed multiplier, but that's probably some engine fixes mod forcing the game not to CTD. I haven't played vanilla in way too long to know. I haven't looked too much into the whole thing without tools to help, but it's possible that if it's a mod that keeps Skyrim from crashing when speeding outside the boundaries, a future mod might be able to tackle the tile boundary system in some way. So maybe there's some hope out there that modders will actually be able to pull off seamless planetary exploration without boundaries forcing you to go back to your ship or land at another spot. Now, this mod, by the way, would be perfect to tie in with a vehicle mod, like a ground vehicle mod, because I think, you know, doing seamless planetary exploration is going to become even more valuable if you have a very fast ground vehicle, obviously, because right now it's not a big deal because you're traversing the planet quite slowly, either by just walking or running, but this might become a bigger deal if, you know, official vehicle support is added through either DLC or by modders. So this is really cool that modders are already looking into the possibility of creating seamless exploration on the planets. Now, also, people have been discovering some really funny stuff in Starfield, including this right here, posted by Potential Zucchini, who says, "This alone makes me love this game so much." And they're putting buckets over the NPCs' heads, which is freaking hilarious. And this one right here was spotted by a member by the name of Ship UUGIN, who found this monster costume. I don't know where they found it, but this is freaking hilarious to see this in the game. And then this was also posted by Mr. Jacket Potato. Take a look at their epic sandwich collection. This is freaking epic, and it just shows you the personality that Bethesda's games really have. So that is really funny. And then this was posted by AshDaddy10, who posted their creation of Tony Soprano in the game. So people are going beyond ships being inspired by other media. They're also creating characters inspired by other media as well. I saw an Arnold Schwarzenegger character too created out there as well. So if you've created a character that's been inspired by like your favorite movie or TV series, post it in the comments down below. But that's going to do it for the video, astronauts. Let me know how your experience in Starfield has been going. Once again, post in the comments down below. I'd love to read your comments, and I'll be featuring your comments in upcoming videos. So look forward to that, and I will see you all later. Take it easy, astronauts, and see you later.